All right guys, how you doing? It's Rabea. I hope you are all well. So in this video, we are looking at a brand new plugin from our good friends at Neural DSP. This video is brought to you in association with those guys, and we're looking at this brand new plugin today. This is the Archetype Abasi plugin. So firstly, Neural DSP have very quickly become a household name when it comes to guitar and bass plugins, complete suites that you can use. They're incredible, to be honest. I've done plenty of videos using these plugins. So I'm expecting this to be just as epic. But obviously it's the Archetype Abasi, which is Tosin Abasi, who we all know. If you're a fan of guitar, especially in the world of virtuoso guitar, he's another household name, because to be fair, he's incredible. Animals as Leaders is one of his main projects. But to be fair, he's done all sorts of stuff over the years, and he's just such an influential figure now in modern guitar players. Definitely a great player, definitely a great guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him at NAMM this year, and he was such a dude, and his guitars are also very nice. Anyway, he's teamed up with Neural DSP to bring you the Archetype Abasi plugin, and this essentially sort of reflects his preferred tones. Much like the Pliny, the Nolly, things like that, we've got his preferred type of amplifier, sounds, we've got preferred pedals, we've got preferred like reverb and delays and stuff like that. We've also got some incredible IRs provided by Nolly, Adam Nolly Getgood, who is obviously an incredible engineer. He's done some amazing work. If you've not heard his Archetype plugin, you should definitely check it out. He's made some specific IRs for the Archetype Abasi. So basically, we're going to take a look like a screen grab on the computer and go through how it all works, and then obviously I'll show you how it sounds. So we've got 3 different amplifiers to choose from that are all sort of tuned to Tosin's tastes: a clean, a rhythm, and a lead. We've got 2 pedals. We've got the Logos, I think that's how you say it, compressor, Logos compressor, Logos, I don't know, and the Pathos overdrive, that are both like to the inch of their life, like modeled for the plugin version. So they're supposed to be complete accurate representations of the pedals, and the same with the amps, to be fair. Neural just amazing when it comes to all that stuff. Obviously we've got cabs to choose from with all the IRs that Nolly's provided with different mics, such as 414s, Royers, 57s, 421s. There's all sorts to choose from. You can even load your own if you want. We've got our post EQ section, which we can essentially completely mold the sound around our EQ, which is sick. And then you've got your effects. So you've got a reverb and a delay with modulations, and they're also very specific tastes to what Tosin likes as well. So this is a very different sounding plugin to the other ones, which is what you want really. All different flavors and colors from all these different artists make it really fun when it comes to writing music with them or trying to get different sounds. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the plugin close up. This is the first amp. We'll go through everything as fast as we can just so we can crack onto the tones, but this is the clean amp. Something to note that runs across all the amplifiers is these little dip switches here, which are a high and a low boost, so they can give you a nice little push into the gain stage, which is really nice. Anyway, this is the clean amp. As you can see, gain, bass, mid, treble, blend. Now this is a very cool control. Essentially it takes your DI signal, applies EQ and compression to it like heavily, and then you can blend that in with the clean signal, so it sounds a bit like a piezo pickup, which is super cool. It also gets sent straight through to the reverb and delay pedals, bypassing the cab, so you can get this nice chimey clean piezo style reverb and delay if you want to use it. Anyway, so that's the clean amplifier. Let's move on to the rhythm amplifier. I love the way that they design all the interfaces to look unique to each artist. It's just wicked. But anyway, yeah, same here again. We've got the high and the low boost, gain, tightness control, which essentially acts, I guess it tightens up the low end. It definitely takes away some of that sag that you can add and take away if you want. Depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do like heavy rhythms, you'd probably, nice big chords, you'd probably want to roll this back. But if you're doing like, I don't know, you could do anything from the kind of tight percussive style playing that Tosin does, boost this right up. Treble presence mastered level as per usual. Then we move on to the high gain head in this wonderful sort of Lambo yellow Larry color. It's wicked. Again, high and low boost. We've got a gain, then we've got an attack switch here, which essentially acts like a tube screamer to an extent. Tightens up the low end, pushes things a little bit, gives you a bit more gain. It's definitely a cool sound. So this is really good for lead, generally speaking. And you've got bass, mid, treble, master, and level. So it's a lot. As always with Archetype plugins, you've got tons of different options for sounds. So it's really just a case of seeing what you want for what section of your song, X, Y, Z. The Logos Logos compressor and the Pathos overdrive. Obviously, if you know these pedals before, super useful, and obviously they sound exactly how Tosin wants, so they can definitely get those kind of sounds. To be fair, you can use the Abasi on a clean and it really does do some pretty dirty stuff, so that's wicked. Anyway, onto the post EQ for each amplifier. As you can see, much like all the other Archetype plugins, super handy actually, particularly when you're using these to mix and write a track. You can really affect things before you even touch any other plugins outside of this, so that's wicked. Then you've got your cabs. As you can see, it's the same cab for all three heads, which is different to the Nolly where you could really mix and match different cabs. But to be fair, this is probably modeled on a very specific cab for Tosin. Nolly has done all the IRs, so you know they're going to be sick. You've got a list here of everything in there and there. You can have 2 or 1. You can do everything from blend the levels, the distance, position, everything. So it really is customizable. Then lastly, we've got our effects. So we've got our delay and our reverb, the Chronos Reverb and the Chronos Delay. It's really cool. Like usual, you can sync it to your project for tempo specific delays. You've got modulation, ping pong for stereo, high and low cuts, all the rest of it. Same here with the reverb. Just self-explanatory really, super useful. We've also got MIDI compatibility nowadays, but we're not going to be looking at this in this video, but it does mean that you can essentially control this externally, which is very cool. Anyway, that's how we use the plugin. Lastly, you've got a couple of presets in here, Tosin specific presets. As you can see, we can look at a few of those and you can save them and load them and all the rest of it. You've got a gate here and your oversampling, which is your quality essentially, depending on your computer, running high CPU and all that. Anyway, there we go. Let's listen to some tones. Right, okay, so I've got a Strat actually to start this, which is probably not what you'd expect for this kind of plugin, but I just figured we're doing cleans, and I reckon this is going to get some really nice cleans. So this is the amp. It's actually a really nice clean as it is. Let's check out what happens when we bring the blend in. So you can really hear now, we're just hearing the DI because blend's on full, but there's a lot of EQ and compression on that. Let's check out what the gain does. I've boosted it up here, I've backed off the blend a bit. Let's have a listen. Sounds wicked. You know what I might do is throw on a bit of this compressor. So I mean, you can get completely different sounds out of it than what you'd expect, you know? Like, I suppose I was expecting really chimey stuff, which I'm sure you can. In fact, let's change guitar and see what happens. that was definitely me getting carried away. I immediately found something that I was really digging. It's just a different sound, super articulate, chimey. I love the way that the clean DI goes straight through to the reverb and delay to give you a proper nice... It's more pristine. It's like a really pristine sound. I really like that. And that was with the compressor on as well. Anyway, we've been on the clean amp for quite some time, so let's move on. Let's try the rhythm amp. Everything's more or less 12. This is how it sounds. It's actually quite undefined. So if I boost the high end, wow, boost the low end. Okay, so you really feel that. Sounds great though. Let me boost the gain. So this is where I'm going to find this fun, because I'm going to drop the gain, and as I boost the tight knob, you'll notice how it starts to change. Off. Halfway. 3/4. All the way up. So the reason I know I'm going to enjoy this is because basically if you roll off the gain and then you do this, basically the idea is that it tightens up to a point where you can be really percussive, which is why if I go back to a Strat, so you can get like really nice stratty tones with it. So I've just been messing around. I've turned the gain up, got the tight knob quite high up, but check out the filth that sounds on the Strat. I mean, come on. That is a great Strat tone, heavy Strat tone. I'm really impressed by that. Was not expecting to be able to get such a dirty Strat tone out of this amplifier. This for me works so well for the percussive, sort of very much a Tosin kind of sound on those kind of percussive riffy stuff. But then if you plug a Strat or a Tele or like a classic guitar, this amp is going to do some great stuff. And obviously, you know, you've got your effects you can throw on top of that as well for a little bit of extra epicness. So there's definitely no shortage of great tones going on so far. I'm really, really digging this plugin. This is probably, for me so far, feels like it's really, really versatile. Anyway, let's just move on to a different style of guitar and see what the kind of sort of hard rock, high gain rhythm sounds we can get. getting carried away once again, because these tones, I mean, lead as well, super silky. Yeah, really enjoying it. Yeah, man, it sounds really good. You know, I've cut a bit of 250, a bit of 125 hertz, boosted the kind of mid-range presence of it, just because I like that kind of thing with this mic combination. But there's, yeah, as I'm sure you've probably heard just now, there's no shortage of great sounds. I just want to move to the clean channel and mess around with the piezo in the guitar, so as well as the blend. Wow. Okay, let's pull a bit of this out, because obviously this is a... sounding incredible, really. I mean, I've just quickly messed around with some settings to try and get something, but really, the fact you can do that, especially if you've got piezo pickup in your guitar as well. So that was just a quick experiment to see what would happen if I, you know, plugged a piezo pickup guitar into this from the compressor on. It sounds wonderful to me. It really, really, really does. And I'm just thinking more about the future when I want to write a tune or I'm trying to come up with something cool. Being able to do it with this, it sounds really good. Again, I'm just getting carried away. I apologize. Anyway, so now that we've got sort of a double humbucker guitar, let's move on to the high gain. Okay, so I've got everything roughly halfway, including the gain. Let's have a listen. So let's take everything off. So this is just the amp as is. Okay, it's quite dark again, but let's boost the high end. Whoops. No idea what happened. Let's run the attack. It's definitely shreddable. I like it. Okay, let's throw on some effects. Just mess around. Boost a bit of mid. Some complete mindless noodling for you all. but it sounds really good. It's super smooth. And again, you can just EQ, you can move mics around, really try and fine tune what you want. You know, this is just me really quickly just messing around with the plugin, trying to find cool sounds. It really is an awesome plugin once again. I know every time I review these plugins and I mess around, I'm always like, they're so good, but come on, it's a plugin and it really does have some great tones in it. I just wanted to go back and try this, boosting the tight knob, reducing the gain again with the coil split middle position sound. Sounds really good for that sort of snap. It's really snappy, you know? I'm just trying to come up with cool little percussive sounds to try and mess around with that. So I'm back on that crunch amp again. And I'm going to take down the tight a bit. Sounds great. So what I'll do is boost it with the Pathos and see what we can get. So you can get silky smooth, great leads with all that sustain. You hear the way it went into that harmonic overtone on that bend? Just a really rudimentary example, I suppose, but you know, it really does sound great. You know, I suppose what I'm trying to take from this plugin particularly is it's probably the most versatile in my opinion. Because obviously Tosin is everything from a shreddy lead guy to a gent guy to a percussive, very much almost like bass playing. I mean, he does so many different sounds that the plugin really needs to accommodate. I'm assuming that he'd, you know, have it on his laptop when he's traveling and writing, he can use it and he get everything that he wants to get out of it, you know. And that's what I'm taking from this, is the amount of stuff you can do on this pedal, on this plugin is ridiculous, you know. Just the amount of tones available to you. You can get heavy rhythms, funky cleans, bluesy leads, all the percussive stuff, beautiful, clean, like with the piezo sounds incredible. It's really unreal, to be honest. So I don't know how long this video is going to have ended up being, because I definitely got carried away and John's going to have to have edited out a lot to keep this video down. But I hope it kind of give you a quick overview of the plugin itself. I'm definitely going to do another video on some of my favorite tones that I stumble across, because this is a beta version. It's literally brand new. So I want to take a bit of time, come up with some cool sounds, and then do a video like I did with the Pliny one, sharing the presets that I've come across that I really, really enjoy, whether it be designed for a Strat or a Les Paul, because this plugin can do it, or heavier guitar. So yeah, you can expect another video on my tones and sharing presets in due course, but this was an overview. So thank you very much, Neural DSP, for getting this out to me as soon as you could. Thank you all for watching this video. I'll put links in the description box below. Of course, congratulations to Tosin for creating an incredible plugin with Neural DSP. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and share. Comment, let me know what you think. I'll see you all very soon.